Have you ever judged someone in less than 5 seconds? A worn-out pair of sneakers? An old backpack? A janitor's uniform? That's all it took for everyone inside one of New York City's biggest tech companies to decide exactly who Ethan Carter was. They laughed at him. They ordered him around. They treated him like he didn't matter. What they didn't know was that by the end of the week, every promotion, every bonus, and every career inside that building would depend on one decision. Because the man they called the janitor wasn't a janitor at all. He was the billionaire heir to the entire company. And he was watching everyone at exactly 8:30 on a Monday morning. The streets of Manhattan were already overflowing with ambition. Luxury SUVs lined the entrance of Carter Dynamics, one of America's fastest-growing technology companies. Executives stepped out wearing tailored suits worth thousands of dollars. Assistants hurried across the marble entrance carrying tablets and coffee cups. Everyone looked important. Everyone looked busy. Everyone wanted to be noticed. Amid the endless stream of expensive cars, an old city bus stopped across the street. One passenger quietly stepped off. He carried a faded backpack over one shoulder. His gray work uniform had clearly seen better days. His sneakers were scuffed, and one lace had been tied together so many times that it barely held. Without attracting a single glance, he crossed the street toward the company's main entrance. His name was Ethan Carter. Officially, he was the company's newest janitor. Unofficially, he owned 51% of Carter Dynamics. His late grandfather had built the company from a tiny engineering firm into a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Instead of immediately taking over after finishing business school at Stanford and completing leadership training overseas, Ethan had made a surprising decision. He wanted to understand the company from the ground up. Not through reports. Not through presentations. Not through polished speeches from executives. He wanted to see the truth. How were employees treated when no one important was watching? Who respected people regardless of their job title? Who abused authority simply because they could? His grandfather had once told him something he would never forget. If you want to know someone's character, don't watch how they treat their boss. Watch how they treat the person cleaning the floor. Those words had stayed with Ethan for years. Today, he was about to find out exactly what kind of people worked inside the company that would soon become his responsibility. As soon as he stepped through the revolving doors, the scent of polished marble and fresh coffee filled the air. Employees rushed past him without making eye contact. Some nearly bumped into him without apologizing. To them, he was invisible. A security guard looked at Ethan's temporary employee badge before pointing toward a maintenance office in the basement. New janitor? Ethan smiled politely. Yes, sir. The guard nodded. Good luck. Something about the way he said it sounded almost like a warning. 10 minutes later, Ethan pushed a cleaning cart into the executive hallway. The floor gleamed beneath bright white lights. He had barely begun sweeping when sharp footsteps echoed through the corridor. Click, click, click. Every employee nearby instantly straightened their posture. A woman in designer heels approached with absolute confidence. She wore an expensive navy blue business suit, carried a leather tablet case, and spoke into a wireless headset while walking. This was Victoria Reynolds, Assistant Director of Operations, known throughout the company for getting results, also known for something else. She believed kindness was weakness. Without looking up from her tablet, she stopped directly in front of Ethan. You. Ethan looked up calmly. Yes, ma'am. She slowly examined him from head to toe. Her expression immediately changed. Disappointment. Disgust. Impatience. Why are you standing here? I'm cleaning this hallway. It doesn't look clean. I just started. Victoria sighed dramatically. I shouldn't have to explain basic work ethic. Several nearby employees quietly watched the exchange. Nobody interrupted. Nobody defended him. Nobody even looked uncomfortable. Victoria pointed toward a small streak near the elevator. Do you see that? Yes. Then why is it still there? I was heading. I don't care where you were heading. Her voice grew louder. If executives see this hallway looking like this, they'll think everyone here is incompetent. She leaned slightly closer. And that includes you. Ethan simply nodded. I understand. She smirked. I hope you do. As she walked away, a few employees exchanged amused smiles. One quietly whispered, he probably won't last a week. Another laughed. They're hiring anyone these days. Ethan heard every word, but he never reacted. Instead, he quietly returned to sweeping the floor. Not because he was weak, because he was collecting evidence. Every insult, every act of respect, every act of cruelty, every decision mattered. He wasn't evaluating floors. He was evaluating people. And nobody realized. The performance reviews had already begun.